I can't do two puppets
Open it
and
till the show.
do that at the same time. Do that at the same time.
Oh snap! Oh snap!
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Wow,
Okay, so
that
we're on.
was the craziest echo I've ever heard. We're live streaming, and I forgot to turn the volume down. So all I heard was oh.
That's not the sounds of the beautiful whales. Ooh, yoga whales. Ooh, that could
Yoga
be
wells. That is a thing, isn't it?
No, but it can be.
Yoga hosers is a thing.
Oh, we don't speak of that.
I am not familiar.
Yoga hosers was Kevin Smith's last movie that he did with his daughter and Johnny Depp's daughter.
Yeah.
All right
That's
then.
the thing I learned today.
Okay, so we are live, and why am I'm on the desktop? Welcome to Total Geek, everybody. This is Total Geek Live. I am Kaiser. This is Guy, Baltimore, and Danny. We are experimenting tonight. Since Guy, it was your idea, I'll let you explain what we're about to do while I try to figure out where the heck the chat room is on this thing.
Okay, so tonight's theme for our live show is What the Heck Did I Just Watch? So each of us have gone out, searched the depths and the many cracks of the internet to find what we consider some of the weirder videos out there. And, well, you know how that goes. And at that point, we're going to view them. None of us have seen each other's submission. We've all done this independently, so none of us, except ourselves, know what we have brought to the table. We're going to view them, and then we're going to talk about which is the weirdest one that we have brought tonight. So that's the gist. We're going to traumatize each other.
For your viewing pleasure.
Awesome.
Yeah, traumatizing all of us and maybe the viewers at home.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah, right.
Really look it.
Oh man, I looking around, I realized I did not fix myself a drink, but I had my my Kraken hidden on my desk like this, so I might have to resort to this given the quality of the videos we watch.
Well, I appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome. Hiding it.
That was most regrettable.
Oh, did you just take a drink from a beer from last episode?
Maybe.
Woo.
Yeah. Well, I traumatized myself well before the video started. Good for me.
Yeah, heck yeah, you did.
Let's see how long I last before I hit the floor. This could be a WTF video. Let's find out.
All right, so you've all got the emails?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, I have number 1 queued up right now.
Thumbnail,
Okay,
man.
let's see here.
The little thing is, I won't be able to hear it because I'll just have to watch it.
Well, you've seen it since you submitted it. Oh, you can't. Well, you can't listen to the other ones though.
Yeah.
Oh, well, mine requires audio. Can you watch it on your phone?
I am
Or
watching
something?
my phone, but it's gonna pick up on the.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have earbuds?
Oh. Yes, I do.
Yeah, I mean they come with your phone. Here, you can use mine.
Oh.
Yeah, here, borrow
I have these.
Danny's.
Yeah, borrow these
Thanks, Danny. I
or.
appreciate it.
Hey, look.
You're welcome.
I got them. Thanks.
We can.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. Teleportation rocks. If you need another pair, I got these two.
Oh, I think I'm good with here.
Okay, because I have both connectors.
We're doing Uno.
Uno. You have the lightning and the thunder connector.
Yes.
Lightning. And the thunder.
Lightning and the thunder.
Wow.
Lightning.
Thunder. The thunder. Thunder.
All right, well, let's see if this one rocks our world.
See,
Okay.
this is-
Yeah,
You're welcome.
When are we hitting play?
we are going to hit play now.
This fellow
Oh.
didn't.
Hey?
Man, this just gets right to the point, doesn't it?
I like the Charlie Brown
Oh, I
piano
love
music.
Whoa! Is this like
Hi.
the birth of Mr.
Dedication.
Clean?
Oh, they're airplanes. So sweet.
Is this where he crushes her because he's lifted his entire life? Her
Yeah.
hands just rip off.
Oh, he's a farmer.
Oh!
In a very oversized tractor.
Oh! Hey!
I'm not quite sure that's what you're supposed to do on
Ah!
retiring on a front porch.
Time to
Okay,
go
then.
home now.
No, don't. Oh, not there.
And this is the thing you have now enjoyed.
Okay then.
All right, I'm gonna say up front. You're a strong contender already.
I
I will-
really enjoyed the music.
Yeah, I love the story.
Yeah, no, I actually like that it is a full-on story. I do kind of appreciate that narrative value to it. It's not just a here's something crazy that's happening, you know.
Yeah, it's like on par with the opening of Up.
Kinda, yeah. I did get a little bit of that feeling.
11,000 views, you say? Huh, interesting, I say.
But it just starts right out and
Oh,
lets you have it.
yeah,
Right, definitely.
and then it takes
Definitely
it
to-
back.
To me, it feels like somebody who's learning how to do 3D art and video, CG video or whatever. And this was kind of their project, whether it was a school project or whatever. That's the kind of vibe I get from it.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting, though.
That was a collection of things that happened.
It's life.
It is. It's life and death and just going back to the homeland.
So
Yeah.
Doombot has joined us on the mixer, and she's saying the video quality looks better, by the way, and I'm assuming in comparison to our Twitch streams.
Thank
Yes,
you.
maybe so.
Nice to see you.
Awesome.
So that's good to know. We already look better.
Hey,
You must be my new conditioner.
then I like Mixer already.
Yeah, we're good to go. Let's see how much Mixer likes us when we move on to video number 2.
I don't know if I'm gonna like you after video number 2.
So we're going deuces here, huh?
Yep, deuces. And even though it says Guy right there on the screen, this was not submitted by Guy. This was submitted
No.
by Danny.
Me.
I
So-
can't get.
It's got a good name to start out with, though. A
Oh, yeah.
strong name.
Let's see
Okay.
if it holds in. Well, I'm not going to count down. So I'm going to start watching it now.
Well, you should spit on the non-believer voice.
Why are you running? You just have all these little knuckles chasing you.
What is that?
There's no point.
Do you know the way of the devil? Do you know the way of the devil? Do you know the way of the devil?
Did this come?
Do not speak
Let's stick with
for
it.
this one. You must pray for this one.
Especially beefy cheese.
It is the new commander.
Is that Oogie Boogie? No,
Not
it's...
the new commander.
So that's 2 with Unity.
I think
Oh
you
yeah,
must
did we have a
aware-
rating already up?
It's over 9,000.
Are you the queen?
It's Pooh Bear.
Everyone, shut up. The queen
And
is
Ryu.
Winnie the Pooh, Winnie the Pooh.
Angels singing from the heavens.
I can't remember.
Everyone, clap for the queen. There's only one queen.
Wait, why did they name the queen?
There's only one queen.
You are the fake.
Hey, Joe, the queen name is Venus.
Do not know the way.
We want to see the way.
Want to see the way your Buddha.
Kalima will rule the world.
Oh!
My Buddha, this is the way.
The flattening.
My brother.
This is the way. My Buddha, this is the fucking way. Yo, my nigga, come here, look at his ass. Will you give me the saki boom?
Oh, this is just like the club that I would leave after 3 minutes.
So is this before or after the this is the way?
This is the reason the meme exists.
So it's
Show me the way.
Is this still the way? I'm lost. I think we might have taken a detour.
Oh.
so Danny.
I have a whole article about the Ugandan knuckles that I will email you guys so you can learn more about the way.
But you don't
Because
have to
you need
take
to
my
know.
word for it.
Preview this article for us.
Yeah, I previewed it.
No, are you gonna read us?
Tell us about these Ugandans.
Oh no.
Got to be crazy.
You're gonna have
No,
to
but I
send that to
definitely-
us after the show.
I definitely think for an episode of Total Geek Live that we all go into the Uganda server of VR chat, because you can be in VR chat and you don't have to have VR goggles or anything, as long as you got a PC or
Oh,
a Mac.
that's what that is. It's VR.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's all in VR chat. What you just witnessed.
Oh.
that was
And
humans.
there's another thing I did not learn. I mean, I knew.
I don't think any of us learned anything from that per se.
I learned the way. I know where the way was.
Not that way.
The way
There
of
were
the
many
devil.
ways.
And I learned that Winnie the Pooh is like the honey guy. I think is what he said.
And there's only one queen.
There's only one queen.
Yep.
Did you see Hank Hill on the couch?
And it's some big nude guy, and I'm like, okay, we got a theme going here.
Right?
It'd be really funny if there was a connective, naked, through line.
Right? It's like
Oh yeah.
all the videos we
All-
chose, it might say something about our collective mindsets. Well, let's find out. Let's go on to
Are we
Door
ready?
number 3.
number
three?
3.
All right. So let me pull it up here.
Third times.
Okay. All right.
All right. So I am going to press the play button now.
Oh.
Got it.
Oh,
Joust.
Oh God, this commercial.
talks to his bird.
B, wasn't this on your like top 10 worst games?
Yeah.
Well, this isn't going to change your mind.
Such majestic music.
The cocaine that must have been snorted.
Wow.
Well, they're totally wrecking his place.
So much cocaine.
The production quality on the is through the roof, though.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not done yet.
That poor little caged bird.
Well, are they fighting over the caged bird?
I know why he's
Is that
saying.
the prize?
There's so much shit going on in this.
Oh no.
Oh no, they got the little birdie. It's like a dark crystal fever dream.
Yeah.
Now it's out in the neighborhood.
Wait, who is that guy?
It's not
Ooh,
gonna
an
matter.
egg.
Atari
presents Joust, the video game where buzzard men battle ostrich men. The graphics go beyond your wildest dreams.
Did David
That's
Lynch
gonna haunt
direct
me.
that commercial?
Yeah, that was very Lynchian.
Yeah,
That's
that-
gonna haunt me. That and
That whole part right there was very David Lynch like
Yeah.
to me.
How do you feel
Wow.
about Just Now?
The
Huh?
actor
I'll
in
still
that,
play it.
he looked familiar during one of his angles. He looked like
yeah, no, it looked like Richard Marx or Scott Bakula or
yeah, somebody.
there was that quality.
Yeah.
I was gonna say he looks a little too old to be playing video games, but
Hey! 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 Too old to play video games, my.
I'm reading the comments to see if somebody's got the info on who that dude was.
that was
That's
that was a
why.
whole lot.
That's why parents were concerned about children playing video games back then.
Yeah, because of commercials like that.
It wasn't the graphics in the games that demanded the children; it was the commercials advertising them.
They
Yeah.
clearly tightened up the graphics on level 5.
Dude, those were the tightest graphics I'd seen. No, the production quality really was impressive of the puppetry. It really did kind of feel like something out of like a Henson workshop almost.
No, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I'd be interested to find out who directed this video and who was responsible for it. Like, no, it's honestly.
Well, yeah, well, like your upcoming article, you know, if
Yeah.
David Lynch did get his start making Atari 2600 commercials.
In the comments, they're saying a man by the name of William Deere was the director. I'm looking up his.
IMDb?
The same guy who directed Harry and the Hendersons.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I'll do a little bit more digging around to confirm that.
That is
I don't know.
crazy.
This comment was 8 years ago.
And they're still recovering.
Evidently, he did a lot of classic commercials. He also did the Atari pole position commercial.
That one is equally psychotic.
Another
one of my personal favorites.
By the same guy.
Yeah, that one just goes off the rails.
Pole
Yeah,
position
so-
racing one, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But what are you doing there?
If the car is racing, it's racing.
Woo, woo.
He's positioning poles. Come on.
Yeah.
Get
this way.
that pole's
They're leading.
As one does when they're positioning poles.
Positioning poles. You know, they're not straight. You got to set them right.
Yeah, it's true. You gotta hold them.
Oh,
Lean
finding
down.
interesting info. His son is named Oliver Deere, and he was one of the knights in that commercial.
Oliver Deere.
Who later went on and died choking on an egg, ironically.
An egg asphyxiation.
Eggs
Like, how do
asphyxiation.
you even inhale that egg? That's
That's not how eggs work.
Cocaine.
it's not how you should be eating eggs, kids. No.
All right.
Important safety tip.
All
Yeah.
right, so the last but not least, or maybe it is the least, because after watching your guys' submissions, mine's pretty tame.
Yeah?
But I've got it queued up, so when you guys are ready.
Oh, diddly.
All right, I've got an ad with mine.
I got a rock.
Okay, now, I guess now the ad is gone.
Okay, so I am pressing play now.
All right.
Oh, it's litter.
And this is actually the first part of
I noticed the date.
Yeah.
I think I've seen this.
It's the first part of a series, but this is the only one that was really under 5 minutes.
What's your favorite
Yeah.
idea? Mine is being
Yeah, I've seen this.
How do you get that idea?
I just tried to think
Creatively.
creatively. Now, when you look at this orange, tell me please, what do
Yeah,
you
to me this feels like total Pee Wee Herman,
Maybe
Pee Wee's Playhouse kind of thing
I see a silly
with
face
the puppets.
walking along and smiling at me. I don't see what you mean. Cause you're not thinking creatively. So take a look at my hair. I use my hair to express myself.
That sounds really boring.
I use my hair to express myself. Now, when you
Well, the older god at the table seems to enjoy this.
Right.
Come on, take another look.
Yeah.
I can see a hat. I can see a cat. I can see a man with a baseball bat. I can see a dog.
Whoa, it got violent all of a sudden.
I can see a ladder. living on a log.
Think you're getting the hang of it now.
Yay.
Using your minds to have a good time.
I might paint a
That's
picture
not how
of
you
a
spell
clown.
time. That's how you spell tome.
Slow down.
Oh, he's got one of those thrift store paint. What?
Rip.
Drop!
Good tip of how to be a creative whiz kid. Go and collect some leaves and sticks and arrange them into your favorite color.
Blue. Green.
Green is not a creative.
No, sticks don't work like that.
that.
I'm not a stickologist, but that's not how they work.
Listen to the rain. Listen to the voices in your brain. Come on, guys, let's get creative.
Come on, guys, let's get creative.
Listen to the voices in your brain. That's how most tragedies start.
Not just voice, but voices.
Sponsorship at Michael's was well worth it. Oh, Florida.
Now they're getting creative.
Looks like the end of that Sgt. Pepper song. The sexual intensity of this table is smoldering.
To never be creative again.
This is it.
Oh.
So the film is by the song that was in some TV show?
This is it.
70s?
That was interesting.
Yeah.
Strange.
Yeah, not as strange as what you guys offered up, and it doesn't really get there till the end. But then you have to watch the rest of the series, and you can thank me later.
Right.
Well.
I had another one I was gonna share, but I don't know. This one I've watched several times. I actually really enjoy this.
Yeah,
series.
I think it's genius.
Yeah.
I love the whole thing. The don't hug me, I'm scared. Or don't hug me, I'm scared thing. Yeah. Yeah, it's got puppets, so I'm always in. And the music's jivey, it's catchy.
Yeah.
Um,
And what's even better than the show, or as entertaining as the show is, finding people dissecting the show and trying to figure out, wait, what it all actually means, you know, why.
Yeah.
Like you called out, B, you know, you saw the date.
Right.
You know, and that's the same date in every episode. Every day is that day. And then things happen. It's like, okay, well, why is it always June 19th? You know, why is it always... It's a fun rabbit hole to go down.
I imagine so, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Have you read up on some of the people's ideas and all that? 'Cause
Yeah.
19 is a very significant Stephen King number. The number 19 is all throughout the Gunslinger series, The Dark Tower. with his content and everything. So it'd be
Yeah.
interesting if anybody has tried to make that connection or whatever.
That's a
No,
neat connect.
yeah, I haven't heard that one. I have heard the if you follow clues, that June 19th on the year in the picture that's shown or on the calendar is actually Father's Day on that
Mhm.
year. And there's this reoccurring character in the background that is supposed, the father of the yellow kid.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, I don't want to give too much away.
Yeah,
It's-
spoilers,
Yeah,
right.
but as you watch it, the things you can take away from it, and it's very subversive. It's very kind of like how Five Nights at Freddy's has taken over a lot of the YouTube dome of people trying to decipher like timelines and who the killers are and who these spirits are and their names and everything. It's like, don't hug me, I'm scared. It's kind of that same kind of culture around it of just people dedicated to just combing through every little bit of clue they can find and figuring it out.
That's really cool. That's really impressive, actually.
Yeah, which is why
you could totally write a whole article about. There's whole groups of fandoms that will do that for, shows and stuff. Because the cartoon Gravity Falls was the same way. It had a lot of puzzles and things the creator would put in, and the fans were just all into that, trying to just decipher the ciphers and all those types of things. So.
Did anyone else have a video that they were going to choose? Like was there any runner-ups between y'all, or?
Yeah, I had a second one. You saw that you had actually sent a second one, but I just grabbed the first one because I didn't want to watch. The second one I was going to show was just some kid singing a song about how he plays Pokemon Go every day, but it's really like warbled and distorted and kind of weird, but not intellectually weird. Just I'm playing with video filters, kind of weird.
Okay.
Yeah, nope. I just had the one because I want you guys to get into VR chat with me.
Really? This whole thing was an exercise for you to get us.
This was a long con.
It really is.
It's like buying a timeshare.
Of Dan.
Call you Danny Ocean with your long.
The other video that I have is I'll ask you to watch it later and give me your thoughts on it because I think it's pretty weird and like this is a thing. This is a thing that actually happened. And just YouTube for everybody, dog exercise. And it'll come up on the YouTube and you'll think it's weird, it's odd.
Well, I say, really keep a list of these things because I think we should do this again later on down the line.
Oh, I've got one for round 2.
Yeah.
Did I just blow it?
Nah.
There are plenty of videos on the tubes.
Yeah, I doubt you found the only 2 you'll ever find.
Right.
Oh, that would be really sad now. Yeah.
So, we saw 4 films tonight. One was about the miracle of life.
Yeah, the cycle of life.
One
cycle of life.
Somebody's life. Although the ending was not accurate with the cycle of life, but in the computer world, maybe.
Though. It was a cycle. So we had that. We had the onslaught of Ugandan knuckles.
That was very interesting.
We had a legitimate video game commercial that was aimed at children of the 1980s.
That you watch that and you have to realize there's a team of people who sat around, came up with the concept, approved the concept, funded, built
Took
the
drugs.
props.
Well, and it was 2 minutes long. I mean, did they actually show that on TV?
That was a really long commercial, and like that. I mean, I know I don't like the game, but I mean, like they spent all that money for that game. Like that's the game they choose to put all the advertising dollars into. I'm like, guys, come on.
Well, those games were the big games back then.
I guess so. Yeah, I mean, you're right about that. It's kind of hard to remember the difference of things. But yeah.
Yeah. And then to round everything out, we had some odd things with their jam about getting creative and breaking down stuff, and then the darkness came.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Using
those were
human hearts, rolling it in glitter.
the black ooze.
The meat pie.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the meat pie full of real human meat.
Yep.
It was
Tasty.
it was it had good music. I was jamming.
Do, 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 do.
Had a little jam going on, but oops. Just leaving.
It's one of those things that's, you might want to watch that kids don't knock into that channel.
Right.
Oh yeah. Although that'd be an interesting study, seeing actual children's reactions to that series.
It started going in some areas after a while.
There might be laws against that.
Yeah, the FCC or the FAA or one of those effing.
I think the NPC
agencies.
is.
Non-playable character? What?
The MPA?
Yeah.
MPAA.
Oh.
So I guess at this point, we should probably make our point for the best of the 4 selections we had tonight.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So you started off. What was your? You want to rank them? Your ranking, or just the one you found the weirdest?
Well, I'll go for the one. I think that's how it should be. The one that we find the weirdest and the one that gets the most popular vote will obviously be the winner for tonight.
So we were voting 2 different ways: one for popular and one for weird. Or just...
I think they kind of go hand in hand with this, don't you think?
Yeah, since only the 4 of us.
Well, I guess likes the most, whether it was creative merit, just plain weirdability, you thought it was funny, you thought it was something. I guess if it, I guess the most creative one, and I guess let's do it the original way you proposed. Let's do it the most what you liked the most and what you thought was the weirdest.
Okay.
All right, so I for weirdest, I have to give it to Baltimore's selection about the circle of life. And I think that's, while it disturbed me on a cellular level, I think it was also the one I liked the most in the sense of, I just think it was so weird and out there that it was a nonstop what is going to happen next, and I never, had any idea how this was going to wrap up. And the way it did, it actually reminded me of this game called House of the Dead Overkill, because that's how that ends, and it was just like, oh man, that's bad memory.
Spoiler, I haven't beat that yet.
Oh, well, then it didn't end like that at all.
How long has that game been around?
I don't know, but there's too many games and not enough time, and I have
video game, man. You had your limit.
Well, I have typing of the Dead Overkill. Does it?
What's the game called?
House of the Dead Overkill.
House of the Dead Overkill. I love the one I presented just because it's
been out for 9 years, so you've had 9 years, Kaiser. You don't get.
I don't get to call spoilers.
Yeah. Danny's was funny. It got increasingly perplexing as time went on. I think the noise at the end kind of finished it off for me. It was a little bit too droning, but
the bra or whatever it is that they do.
Yeah, that bra. I was like, all right, I get the point. But that's how that works.
I would have edited the video a little bit better.
At least 3 bras out or whatever. Minus 3 bras.
Bras too much.
I do have a personal affinity for the commercial I submitted. That was the reason I was making that weird face last week, because I brought it up and I'd forgotten how weird it got at the end. So I was in a soft spot for that, but I was just like, because it's so freaking nightmarish.
Yeah.
And, Kaiser's, I thought, was had a nice little snappy beat to it, and it seemed all nice and saccharine, happy, then periodically got weird.
Right.
Yeah. So it sounds like there's deeper stuff that goes on. I guess I'll read the wiki or whatever, but there's always a wiki. But I think in terms of popularity, and the one I liked the most just because it kind of stunned me, was Baltimore's. All right.
So
who next?
We'll go clockwise. Baltimore.
Same as always.
As always, sure. Okay, so I love the kooky and weirdness that Danny's, the VR chat, you gotta be crazy. And that was fun and weird, and because I just didn't know where it was going to go, which is kind of cool. And then, like at the end, it got a little bit much, but I imagine that's kind of was the point of it. Like you said with Kaiser's one, it was cutesy fun, and then it got serious, and then it drew itself back to cutesy fun, then it got real serious, and then it kind of went back again. So it was a fun little give and take on the weird, cutesy, over-the-top motion. And because you said it's part of a series, I would actually like to find out a little bit more about it, see how it progresses, or maybe I don't know. But that was,
I highly suggest watching the rest of it.
I do too. They're short, and there's only like 6 of them.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, most of them are only like 3 minutes long.
Yeah, 3 to 5 to 8.
And then Guy's commercial was crazy over the top 80s, just like kitchen sink, everything was in there. It was like craziness, which added to the fun and weirdness of it. I enjoyed that they just said, forget this, we're going to do what we're going to do, and whatever. And like you said, it kind of reminded you like David Lynch, if David Lynch had done a commercial. Like that. And, so I think that's kind of a fun moment, to have that as a 80s commercial. And yeah, when I saw mine, I was like, oh my God, what? And the lifting weights, I'm like,
yeah.
And it never came back.
It never came back. There was no payoff. And in the schoolroom, I'm like,
well, I mean, you gotta be strong to be a farmer. So
true.
And pretty strong to
lifting bales of hay.
Crawl back into a vagina takes some strength, I'd imagine.
Oh, I thought it was crawling into the butt.
Let me tell you.
I thought it was crawling into the butt.
What? No, it wasn't ass up. It was.
I thought she was sitting facing the other way and.
Different thing.
To the diagram.
I need to rewatch the video.
Do I have to replay this?
Yeah, but I think for overall weirdness, I'm gonna say the Circle of Life. But I also love that it's a narrative. Like it told a story. It wasn't just weird to be weird. It was weird and it told a story.
Right.
So there I am. Now to the next.
Right, who's next?
That'd be me.
Okay.
Yeah, so mine definitely is not the weirdest. Mine's definitely more psychological, artsy oddity. So I probably failed the finding the weirdest thing on the internet challenge that guy positioned. But it does fall under the what the heck did I just watch?
I think you failed.
Well, I failed winning. the weirdest. The Uganda thing has perplexed the Ugandan knuckles. Show me the way. Like most memes, you're like, where the hell does that come from? And sometimes you find the origin, and watching it, I was like, okay, this either spawned that meme or was the eventual culmination of this is what happens when memes go down a dark path. when way too many people embrace it, kind of like the Shrek is life. If you don't know what that is, don't.
Shrek is love.
Shrek is love. Yeah.
Shrek is life.
Yeah.
Yes, no, don't do it, but
just
cautiously go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Please tell me this is not like Two Girls in a Cup thing. I can't.
Oh, no. It's just, it's kind of along the Ugandan thing we watched. It's just, where is this going? Oh, that's where you're going with this? And then what the hell did I just watch is usually...
Interesting that you would know to be careful about going down that hole, because Shrek wasn't, so...
So
alert.
I don't. I think I'm with the A cycle of life, as far as just the overall weirdest, start to finish. The Uganda Knuckles wasn't so much weird as it was. I can't think of the word at the moment.
Puzzling.
I call it an educational video.
Yeah.
I'm trying to educate you guys about VR chat.
About the Ugandans.
It's a timeshare.
And how Uganda's VR chat server is the most popular chat server to be on.
I can.
How do they have the bandwidth to support so many people?
I don't know.
Is it like government run now? Like all the all the taxes of the people go to their support, their freaking server?
Maybe, I don't know. There may be a login fee now. You have to pay to get in or something. I don't know.
Hey.
Get all that? Sign me up.
You know, I could use a queen, and there's some queens there.
Yeah.
Just one queen.
Yeah, but just one, so I'm going to have to fight.
Yeah, the rest of them are all fake. So you make sure to spit on them.
That's pretty, I mean, that was some spitting.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Right. So, yeah.
Again, the article will explain a lot.
Yeah. So, yeah, Danny, go ahead and say yours, but Baltimore's won already.
Right. No, it is by far the weirdest for me of all the videos that we watch. It's just bizarre. It's nice that it does have a nice storyline to it and stuff. I loved the piano music.
Yeah, you did talk about that.
But just some of the characters' faces and stuff were just so warped and weird looking. It was just very, very bizarre. So overall, that with creativity, I would go with the Atari commercial, because now that I think about it more, that ending with his face changing and stuff reminded me of Lynch, but it also reminded me of Terry Gilliam from Monty Python, and when he would later on direct 12 Monkeys and some other films,
Brazil,
the Baron,
Brazil
and The Adventures of Baron von Munchausen or whatever. So it had that kind of vibe, and I love that kind of creativity, and just the practical effects that went into making that commercial was pretty impressive. So creatively, that by far was the best. Because I mean, just imagine that. That's all that practical effects and stuff back then. It's pretty impressive. And I'm sure they didn't have that much of a budget.
And to pull that much creativity from these little bleeps and bloops and blocks
Mhm.
that you're told is an ostrich and that you're told is, you know, a knight, and it kind of looks like that on the screen. You know,
Right.
in the arcade, way more so than the Atari 2600 version. It's like
Mhm.
you had to have the creativity of that commercial in your mind while playing that game to enjoy it.
Mhm.
Yeah, but yeah, that's definitely my number 2.
I just like the fact that the Knights broke down the kid's wall of his house and are now just doing all kinds of crazy shit out in the neighborhood. Can you imagine?
It's like Kool-Aid Man all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except him busting in, they bust out.
Weird science.
Oh no!
That would have been actually good because there was a Kool-Aid Man video game, so they could have had this crossover where like they bust out and then there's the other wall and Kool-Aid Man busts in and like he holds his video game.
And then there's
sounds like someone wants to write some fanfic.
Yep. Get
I want you to write this story, read it to us for next week.
Oh, right.
Man beats Joust.
And he said fan, not slash fic.
Gotcha.
Don't ship Kool-Aid Man and an ostrich. Oh, sure. What the hell? Go ahead.
No,
I can't stunt your creativity.
And changing the tone of how he says, "Oh yeah."
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh. Sorry.
Bad ratings.
Bad.
That's
Bad.
PG-13. That's teen. We're good.
Yeah. We're only saying, "Oh yeah."
Yeah.
Oh. Look, maybe teen, but we don't want them teening all over the place. Stop it.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Good gravy. Well, now we need to know what your favorites were. Who is watching? Who is viewing these? Tell us what your favorite was. Why? And if you have any of your own WTF, what did you just watch videos that you think we should be taking a gander at? Put them down below. Let us know. Comment about it. Tell us, your thoughts about.
But I think for this episode,
the shame spiral of watching these videos.
But I think for this episode, Baltimore has won the crown. Do we need to put these in a Hall of Fame and list the best ones?
The winner.
Yeah, I think we'll. I'll create a webpage on our website.
Okay.
Yeah.
For them, and we'll put them all
the
week one
winner.
And yeah, we'll have the contenders on the bottom, and then in the top will be the winner.
Awesome.
Maybe put a little crown icon or something
have a
around
Hall
it.
of Shame, fame, blame.
Maybe put the little head of the winner with the little crown on it. I'll make those. I'll make heads, all of us with a crown, and then.
Okay.
Cool.
Yay.
Awesome. Yeah. So we'll do that. That'll be fun.
That would be fun.
We need to put some more stuff on our website, so that'll be a good thing to do.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's it. So thank you, each and every one of you, for tuning in.
Yes.
Whether if you're catching this live or watching it over on YouTube, we thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, it's all geek to us. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Weirdness.
The circle of life.
Oh,
I don't think that's what Elton John meant to sing about.
Yeah, now I gotta put that song over.
Yeah.
that
Then watch
video.
Disney sue us.
Yep.
Total litigation live. Total litigation.
Day 6 of our trial.
I know who we shouldn't get to be our lawyer.
Oh.
Oh!
Too soon, but not.
Good night.